Very excited to be back in the world of Epic the Musical with you all. We left Odysseus in a pretty rough place at the end of the Thunder Saga, so I'm excited to see where things go for him from here into the Wisdom Saga. And if you're seeing this over on YouTube, that means that I released it from my vault over on Patreon. I have a collection of Epic the Musical analyses, which I'm going to continue to add to. So far, Thunderbringer and Ruthlessness are over there, but I'm going to be doing more single-song, deep vocal analyses. For those of you who are hardcore fans or are into, musical theater vocal technique, I'm going to be also putting up more musical theater stuff in general over there. And as Music Reactions, we don't get any revenue from the reactions we do on YouTube because of the copyright claim stuff. So I have no problem with that because that means that my reactions are actually making money for Jorge, which is super cool. It just means, though, that I need to lean on you all for supporting the channel over on Patreon. And for that, I try to provide as much value as I can over there. Lots more to come from Epic the Musical, as well as just musical theater in general. Okay? Last thing to tell you about here, this is my website. I have an amazing team of teachers that teach under my tutelage here in the Manhattan, Tri-State, Philadelphia area. There they are. We do in-person lessons out here, but if you're looking for lessons online, they actually work really well, and we have students online all over the world. So hit us up if you need a teacher. Okay, here we go. We're jumping in with Legendary is our first song, and we have Duvet Box. I believe that's how you say this animator's name. And here we go. So I'm not sure what to expect. Let's just jump right in. Here we go. 7 years later. Wow. Interesting.
It's just me, myself, and I, stuck in my bedroom, living in this world you left behind, dreaming of all these monsters that I'll never get to fight. But boy, I wish I could, so I could bring the world some light.
Wow.
Cause I'm stuck with your stories, but no clue who you are, and no idea if you're dead or just too far. Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign. If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find? If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops, give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary.
Wow.
I'll fight the harpies and
that's a good hook.
the Minotaur, even Cerberus. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary. There are strangers in our
That was
homes,
funny.
trying to win the heart of my mom, but she is standing tall.
Interesting.
108 old faces of men who call me small. They keep taking space and it's not much longer we can stall. Cause they're getting impatient, dangerous too. And I would fight them if I was half as strong as you. Somebody help me, come and give me the strength. Can I do whatever it takes to keep my mom safe? If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops, give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary. I'll fight the harpies and chimeras, the Minotaur, even Cerberus. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary.
It's so catchy.
Where is the man who loved you to wife? Oh, 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 where is he? Where is the man with whom you'll spend your life? Cause it's been 20 years and we still have no king.
Give me a chance, a single opportunity, and I'll overcome these obstacles and scrutiny. And
Boy, when's your tramp of a mother gonna choose a new husband?
Oh.
Why don't you open her room so we can have fun with her?
don't you dare call my mother a tramp.
Wow.
I just did. What you gonna do about it, champ?
Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign. If I fight this monster, is it you I'll find?
Man, Man, he always ends these songs so open, right? They're kind of like cliffhangers harmonically and musically, right? Find da 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 ba da. We don't get that resolution. Whoa. Okay. So okay, first of all, I just have to be honest and say, I know that I was getting some heat because I messed up and thought somebody's voice was Jorge's voice when it wasn't Jorge's voice. I forget, and I think it was in the Thunder Saga I did that. And at first glance, when I started to hear Telemachus, I thought the same thing. But I know better now. It's almost like the way Jorge sings has influenced the way other people sing the show or something. I don't know. This is just a thought that was popping in my head because some of the inflections and the way the vowels are done, it's very interesting. And I know I'm not sure who the actor was exactly, but I'm sure you guys will tell me. But man, wow, what a beautiful voice and beautiful singer here. Let's run through this now. And now, watch, I'm probably wrong. And they're like, no, Tim, this actually was Jorge. If you did tell me that, honestly, I would be like, okay. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I could easily be wrong with that, just with the singing here. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's listen back a little bit here, okay? Those are interesting synth sounds there. It's kind of like a dung dung. It's kind of like a belly chimey. I wonder what the actual. That's the thing. Sometimes with like the synthiness of the string sounds and the instrumentation, it does make me. Sometimes I get a little confused with like, is this like supposed to sound synthy? Because synthy sounds mean something, or is this supposed to be synthy but supposed to be like a natural sounding synthy sound, if you know what I mean. Because we have that like synth bass. Then we have like some super like synthesizy guitar. Yeah, anyway.
It's just me, myself, and I, stuck in my bedroom.
See, up to this point, I could have thought that was Jorge. Like, as far as the vocal production, very similar vocal range, too,
It's just me, myself, and I, stuck in my bedroom, living in this world you left behind. Dreaming of all these monsters that I'll never get to fight.
So what's this vocal technique here? All right, let's break down the elements here. Pretty straightforward, like a lot of the singing we've had in the show. We've got brassy, belty, bop, bop, bop. You guys always pick on me when I go bop, 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 but that's like the brassy sound. That's the thickened vocal sound that you make, where your vocal folds, your thyroarytenoid muscle activates and thickens. And it creates that brassy tone. You get a lot of clean vocal fold closure from the transverse arytenoid muscle, squeezes your cords closed, and then it thickens. And then may. How about if I go may? Is that better? And that gives that brassy belt to the voice. Now, also, in addition to that, he has what I call movable larynx position, which is the larynx elevates for higher notes. Yeah! And oh! It goes down for lower notes. And it just changes the color, so you have more depth of tone in your low notes and a thinner tone in the higher notes.
Boy, I wish I could, so I could bring the world some light.
And there's some pop scoops in there. Boy, I wish I could, ha. A pop scoop is like you start under the note you're going for, and then just ha. You do a little scoop up like that. Let's see if we can find one of those.
Boy, I wish I could, so.
Boy, I wish I could show.
That I'll never get to fight. Boy, I wish I could, so I could bring the world some light.
Right there, some light. You hear that little, that's another pop scoop. Lots of pop scoopiness here. Very cool. It makes it contemporary sounding.
'Cause I'm stuck with your stories, but no clue who you are. And no idea if you're dead or just too far. Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign.
Sign, ba ba ba. So bright and resonant. I'm gonna do the ba ba ba's. You guys can pick on me. I don't care. That's what I do. I do the ba ba's.
If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find.
Do you hear that little grit that he had on his voice right there? That was nice.
If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find?
And then on Fine, we had a little release of air into the tone. Boy, I could really deep dive this one. It's very, very good. Had a little grit on the word monsters. Very smart singer right here.
If
man.
so, then give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary. I'll fight the harpies and chimeras.
Beautiful.
The Minotaur, even Cerberus. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary.
We got like a little mixing, scratching thing there. That melody, da 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 da, legendary. I mean, that is such a quintessential musical theater hook. You know, like so sticky. I knew the first time I heard it here, I was like, oh wow, that's, you know, that is a super catchy musical theater song. You all should be using these songs for your auditioning for other things, you know, like this is a really great, people will be in audition, like, they'll be like, where did you find that song? It's so good. All right, let's keep going.
Scary, but I wanna be legendary. There are strangers in our halls, trying to win the heart of my mom, but she is standing tall.
So we've got Odysseus. He just finished the Thunder Saga. 7 years later, we don't know what's going on with Odysseus, but so now we've got Telemachus, Telemachus was a baby, was born when he was away, or I forget. So I'm just trying to think about the timeline here. If Telemachus is old enough to be, yeah, they said that for 20 years. So he's 20, right? And yeah, I guess so, because he was a baby when he left. Obviously, if Odysseus has been away 20 years, he's at least 20. So interesting. All right. So that means like 7 years later. So that means 13 years. The Thunder Saga happened 13 years or so into Odysseus's journey then, right? Because we're 7 years later and he's 20. 108 old faces.
But she is standing tall.
All right, so now they're coming to win over Penelope's heart. 108 men. Right.
108 old faces of men who call me small. They keep taking space and it's not much longer we can stall. Cause they're getting impatient, dangerous too. And I would fight them if I was half as strong as you.
Great singing.
Somebody help me.
Listen how clean and resonant that sound is. Like so much efficiency in this singing. The ringiness is just so right there. There's no extra like muscling or working to get that ping in the voice. Beautiful.
Come and give me the strength.
Great upper register access, great registration.
Can I do whatever it takes to keep my mom safe? If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary.
Wow. This really feels like it could have been extracted from Hercules the musical. I know that we had a little quote in a lyric somewhere that we thought, I could go the distance or something. I think, yeah, that's right. There was a little quote. They were like, did he intentionally do that before? And everyone said no, that was an accident. But this feels really like, wow, super, catchy, Alan Menken-y. Like, it's really good. It's really catchy musical theater. Good job on this melody.
Give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary. I'll fight the harpies and chimeras, the Minotaur, even Cerberus. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary.
Where is he? Where is the man who loved you to wife? Oh, 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 where is he? Where is the man with whom you'll spend your life? Cause it's been 20 years.
I like that little falsetto.
You'll spend your life cause it's been 20 years. And we still have no king.
Give me a chance, a single opportunity, and I'll overcome these obstacles and scrutiny. And
Boy, When's your tramp of a mother gonna choose a new?
Is his name Antinous? Is that how you say that? Wow, what a cool tone, right?
Give me a chance, a single opportunity, and I'll overcome these obstacles and scrutiny. And
Boy. When's your tramp of a mother gonna choose a new husband?
The tramp of a mother. So notice his tone. More openness, a little darker vowels. So a little more internal throat space, a little more open vocal fold. Oh, we have that husky airflow coming through, a little grittier. Boy. Oh, a little grit.
When's your tramp of a mother gonna choose a new husband?
Whoa.
Why don't you open her room so we can have fun with?
Why don't you hear the little false chord activation? So 2 ways to get that creaky sound in your voice. One way is through vocal fry. The other way is through a technique called compression, which cinches your pharynx. Your pharynx is the space, here's your larynx. Your space above your larynx is called the pharynx in the back of your throat. And when you cinch it, it makes sounds like this. He's got a little bit of that. I use false chord activation or the compression more than vocal fry. Although vocal fry is cool, it's just a different sound a little bit.
Why don't you open her room so we can have fun with her?
That was compression, that was false chord activation.
Why don't you open her room so we can have fun with her?
don't you dare call my mother a tramp.
That was great. A lot of grit. There was a little bit of false chord activation on that top note. Do you hear that?
Have fun with her.
Don't you dare call my mother a tramp.
Wow.
I just did.
Oh,
What you gonna do about it, champ?
I just did. Wow. Oh my God.
Somebody tell me,
Beautiful.
come and give me a sign. If I fight this monster, is it you I'll find?
Beautiful. Amazing. Okay. Great, man. I went really deep on that one here. We're never going to get through this. Okay, next up, we still have duvet box or duvet box. We're going with duvet box because that feels like it must be right. Okay, so this is Little Wolf. So we didn't see anything from Odysseus there with this 7 years later. What an interesting turn for this saga. Are we going to find out about him, I wonder? Okay, here we go. So this is Little Wolf. All right, here we go.
Fight, little wolf, fight. Wanna
Okay, here we go.
Bite, little wolf, bite. Let's see how you take this. Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man then? Fight, little wolf, fight. Little wolf, fight. You've made your worst mistake here. Might be your last one too. You'll have run out of bones to break when you and I are through.
I like that tone.
I'll teach you all the lessons your daddy never could. This cruel world doesn't give out presents just for being good. So fight, little wolf, fight. Wanna entertain me? Bite, little wolf, bite. Let's see how you take this. Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man then fight, little wolf, fight. Little wolf, fight. Or die, little wolf, die. Don't you know it's fight or fly, little wolf, fly. Or because you had to try, little wolf, try. Run away before you die, little wolf, die, little wolf, die.
Need some help?
Athena!
What's going on here?
Is your plan to stand around? Cause I
Yep.
suggest you fight back.
I don't know how.
Uppercut him, now.
Oh, nice.
How did I do that?
She's a fighting
This
coach.
time now moving slow.
No, I just made your thoughts quick.
Oh, that is so sick.
All right now, let's try this again. I've no respect for bullies, those who oppose their will. I've seen plenty enough to truly understand this kind of filth. Let's teach this dog a lesson in front of all his kind. One young wolf has a larger heart than all these men combined. Fight, little wolf, fight. Show them that you've got some fight, little wolf, fight. Take
This is good. Got goosebumps.
Oh, maybe I pushed you a bit too hard.
Ow.
Go back and cry in your corner. Make sure your mother hears. If she won't choose a man to adorn her, will bring blood and tears.
So he lost the fight, it looks like.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my aid.
Wow, beautiful falsetto there. Again, leaving an open-ended ending here. What did you do? Oh, nice falsetto. This was interesting. Oh, a little drama, a little battle. So it looks like she came in and helped him, but then not enough to win, which I found interesting. Like, that was an interesting little thingamabob there. Wow. Okay, let's go back and let's break this down a little bit here. This was cool.
Fight, little wolf, fight. Wanna entertain me? Bite, little wolf, bite. Let's see how you take this.
So notice his tone quality difference from whoever's singing Telemachus. You know, please let me know his name down in the comments. So he has more. Fight, little wolf. He has a little more depth of tone, more internal. So you can have more depth of tone just by having a lower voice, or you can have a voice that's not so low, but you add depth by opening your throat. Open throat, not so open throat, not so open throat, closed throat. Big variable of tone comes from the opening of your throat is a big tone quality variable. That's a better way to say that. And he has a little more depth in his tone and a little more use of airflow.
Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man then fight, little wolf, fight.
Wanna be a man, little grit.
Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man then.
See, that one sounded like vocal fry to me as opposed to the creaky door false chord sound. And the reason is because it has a little more of a metallic-y vocal fry has a little more of a throat gurgly, a little more of a metallic-y type of a sound.
Let's see how you take this. Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man then.
So that sounded like vocal fry.
Fight, little wolf, fight, little wolf, fight. You've made your worst mistake here.
So he's airflow. You've made your worst. Little openness inside, a little more airflow allowance in the tone, very little energy in the voice. Antinous is kind of off the voice.
Might be your last one too.
He came out a little bit more there.
You'll have run out of bones to break when you and I are through.
Definitely more depth of tone in his voice than Jorge and whoever sang Telemachus.
I'll teach you all the lessons your daddy never could. This cruel world doesn't give out presents just for being good. So fight, little wolf, fight. Wanna entertain me? Bite, little wolf, bite. Let's see how you take this. Strike, little wolf, strike. Wanna be a man, then fight, little wolf, fight, little wolf, fight. What? Die, little wolf, die. Don't you know it's vital?
This hook, his hook writing, Jorge's hook writing is just so good. Every song has a hook. That is so sticky.
Fly, little wolf, fly. Or because you had to. Try, little wolf, try. Run away before.
Heard all those harmonies? So many harmonies.
Wolf, fly. Or because you had to. Try, little wolf, try. Run away before you. Die, little wolf, die, little wolf, die.
Need some help?
I love the Athena leitmotif stuff. It's so good. It's so cool. The little sweepy whooshy sound.
Die, little wolf, die.
Need some help?
Clock ticking. We have these synthy, which is kind of like a sweep synth sound inside of a reverb context. Really cool. Now here comes the piano, which is sometimes Athena, as we know.
What's going on here?
Is your plan to stand around? 'Cause I suggest you fight back.
Gotta know how.
Uppercut him. Now.
I love that part. It's like Street Fighter. Uppercut him now. Boom. He looks. That is so good.
How did I do that? This time now moving slow.
No, I just made your thoughts quick.
Oh, that is so sick.
Kind of like a Spider-Man technique, right?
All right now.
Like when Spider-Man goes into, what was that one scene in the movie where it's like we're inside his mind and everything is seeming slow motion for him, but it's full speed for everybody else. That's so cool.
Let's try this again.
Or like Flash in the Flash stories, same thing.
I've no respect for bullies.
This is great.
Those who impose their will.
Listen to her vowels up there. Those who impose. She didn't say ish. She really She opened it up, like really modified it to more like an She probably tilted her head back too a little bit. That's a vowel modification you need to do if your plan is to stay in your brassy, belty voice. Bop, bop, bop. Up higher, right?
All right now. Let's try this again.
I can take you guys picking on me a little bit. I think it's funny. I don't mind.
I've no respect for bullies.
Here we go.
Those who impose their
Pose.
will. I've seen play.
Again, right there, really, very lateral brassiness, and you need that modification to keep your belt voice up there. If you just go, oh, it'll cover and go into your mix.
Enough to truly understand this kind of filth. Let's teach this dog a lesson in front of all his kind.
So modified, lateral, and bright.
One young wolf has a larger heart than all these men combined.
Yep. That was good. I love that transition right there. That was cool. Yeah.
Little wolf, fight. Show them that you've got some fight. Little wolf, fight. Take advantage now and strike. Little wolf, strike. Don't go down with that.
Fight, bite, strike.
Fight. Little wolf, fight.
Right.
Little wolf, get up and fight.
This is good. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I pushed you a bit too hard.
Ow.
Go back and cry in your corner. Make sure your mother hears.
Nice.
If she won't choose a man to adorn her, will bring blood and tears.
Cool.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my aid.
That's beautiful.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my aid.
I love the tone that he gets after he drops down. The why you came to my aid part. That's so beautiful.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my aid.
I like that little break in his voice there. It's beautiful. Wow. Okay, we're moving on. Great duvet box. Cool animatics too. Wow, so cool. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. Next up, we have We'll Be Fine. We've got some flashy stuff going on here. Okay, we're using Gigi for this one. Back with Gigi. All right, here we go. We'll Be Fine. So we're continuing with, it's interesting. We still haven't heard from Odysseus yet. Let's see if we find out anything about Odysseus here. All right, here we go. Still Athena with that noise. And the piano.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my aid.
Starting off with that melody. Cool.
I had a friend before and he was a lot like you. I helped him fight through war, but he had his demons too. And then we
Dad.
grew apart. Then his light went dark.
Yep, okay.
And so I thought maybe if I'd made a different call, maybe if I hadn't missed it all, maybe he'd be fine.
Oh,
maybe
beautiful.
we'd unwind. Maybe
Athena, I don't know who your friend is, I don't know what he's like, but my time with you's been splendid. The best day of my life, cause I got in a fight and I didn't die. I've never felt strong before. You're my friend, I couldn't ask for more. And so I think maybe if life wasn't spent as planned, maybe
Wow.
it's time that you lend a hand. I don't think he'll mind. If not his friend, then mine. Maybe to fall is to learn one way. Maybe it's all gonna turn out great. I know we'll be fine. I know it's light, you'll find.
You're a good kid.
Thanks.
Oh, what a cute little song that was. Oh, interesting. So, where my mind, it's so, it's so funny to do this all first impression on camera with you all because my mind is all over the place. I'm half analyzing the music, half analyzing the vocals, half analyzing the story, half analyzing the animatics and how interesting it's being realized. Like there's so much going on here. So what I was kind of thinking about in this was her head voice technique within this contemporary commercial music world. And I just want to bring that up here. Let's listen a little and talk about that. So we had that leitmotivic work, which is still meaning that, which is like Athena leitmotif stuff.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my.
Tell me, Athena, why you came to my aid. Oh, I love that. My aid is so intimate. What a great singer.
I had a friend before and he was a lot like you.
Oh, we know who this is, obviously.
I helped him fight through war, but he had his demons.
No, I wonder why why couldn't she just say it? Like, I used to help your dad like this.
too, and then we grew apart.
I really like that little melody there. That's like the hook of the song.
Then his light went dark. And so I thought maybe if I'd made a different call.
One thing that just feels a little funny to me sometimes is thinking, like, I never thought that gods, are so introspective and, have doubts and, like real feelings, like real people, but they were in the stories historically communicated as that. It's just always funny to hear that,
Maybe if I hadn't missed it all, maybe he'd be.
So she's using her head voice here and chest voice on the bottom, which is very much the contemporary musical theater way of doing it. Like if you sing it in a more operatic way, there's a more consistent openness in the back of the throat. Oh, it's like that kind of a thing. But when you do head voice in a contemporary musical theater fashion, there's, well, maybe. It's like that wasn't a good example. It's not so hollow and open back there. And she's definitely got a nice contemporary musical theater tone. There is a little bit of openness. There is a lifting to her soft palate, but she doesn't have her larynx lowered too much in the way that an opera singer would. It's like that's one of the differences between head voice and contemporary musical theater versus classical musical theater. It's really a mix, technically. I mean, it's a head voice dominant mix.
Oh, maybe he'd be fine.
And then when she goes lower, maybe she activates more thickening and brassy chest voice in her tone. So it's more thickened, more what we call TA dominant in the bottom, thyroarytenoid dominant, and more CT dominant in the upper register notes, more cricothyroid dominant for those of you who are into voice pad and that kind of thing.
Maybe we'd unwind. Maybe if I help another soul.
She's not using any vibrato, really.
Maybe if
A little bit of vibrato there.
Sleep at night.
There too.
Athena, I don't know who your friend is. I don't know what he's like, but my time with you's been splendid.
His voice is really nice. I mean, if this is not Jorge, which I know you tell me it's not, then he has a very complimentary tone to Jorge, you know? Like, it does kind of sound like a little bit younger of a Jorge or something, you know what I mean?
The best day of my life, cause I got in a fight and I didn't die. I've never felt strong before.
I mean, Jorge sings the role with a younger tone, more so anyway, relative to some of the other voices, but there's a little bit more lightness to the tone, but very similar way of singing for sure, technically speaking. The movable larynx position, the lateral vowels of bright, clean tones, the vibrato at the ends of long-held notes and phrases, sometimes a little breathy, sometimes usually brassy and chesty.
You're my friend, I couldn't ask for more. And so I think maybe if life wasn't spent as planned,
I love that.
maybe it's time that you'll lend a hand.
Notice how he's placing his voice forward. You got to do that if you have a long phrase. You could, because if you place it and you make the falsetto too breathy, you won't make it through the phrase. And he's got a nice placement to his tone for that falsetto.
I don't think you mind. If not his friend, then mine. Maybe too far is to learn one way.
I love when that beat kicks in.
Maybe it's all gonna turn
Like nice
out
harmony.
great. I know we'll be fine. I know it's light you'll find.
Beautiful.
You're a good kid.
Oh,
Thanks.
that was a very endearing, sweet little moment there, right? Oh. Dung. We did get the closure, bung, on this song, which we rarely get that, the sort of coming back to home tonally. And that's the way, you know, you think about tonality, how tonality works. Tonality works like we've got 1, 4, 5, 5, 5 ones to go back to 1. So there's this feeling of home, and then the feeling of going away from home with certain chords you choose, and then a feeling of coming back home or not, and all of the tension and resolution caused by all of that. You know, that's kind of in a nutshell, how tonality works in creating music. So, all right, here we go. Let's check out our next one up. We have Love in Paradise. We're using Duvet Box again here. Boy, I hope I'm saying Duvet Box's name right, because I'm definitely going to get some heat from you all for that. Well, hey, it's okay. So here we go. This is Love in Paradise. All right, I guess we'll see what that means. Here we go.
Old friend, it's been 10 years since I last saw you.
Remember me.
Whoa.
Yeah, the infamous Odysseus.
Wow.
Let's see where you've been. Your friends close and your enemies closer.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon the sin.
Wow.
Then you're done for anything like
Song of past romance. I see the. We won't take more suffering from you.
This is cool.
your sorrow and fears.
Captain.
I have to see her.
That was so heavy.
I know.
Odysseus, where did you go?
Morning, sleepyhead, you've been resting for a while.
Cool
I
tone.
swore that you were dead when you washed up on my aisle. Did you know you talk in your sleep? Tell me though, who's Penelope?
She's
I
my
like this
wife.
one.
Anyways, I've got all you could want here, all you could need here. Just you and me, my dear, my love for life. Soon into bed we'll climb and spend our time.
I'm not your man.
I love this one.
I'm what you need here, just you and me, my love in paradise. Now till the
I'm no pet, I'm a married man.
Oh, handsome, you may try, but last I checked, goddesses can't die.
Goddess.
You're adorable. Bow down now to the immortal Calypso, here to entertain. But fear not, I bring no pain. Cause we got all we could want here, all we could need here. Under my spell, we're stuck in paradise. No one can come or go. My island stays unknown.
No, I don't belong here. There's something wrong here. I won't be drawn to love in paradise. Not till the end of time. There is no way.
You're mine, all mine.
7 years she's kept you trapped out of your control. Time can take a heavy toll.
Odysseus?
All I hear are screams.
Odie, get away from the ledge.
You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I've sacrificed. Every comrade I long knew. Every friend, I saw them die. And all I hear are
It will be fine,
screams.
dear. Come back inside, dear. Love of my life, come back to paradise. I know your life's been hard. I'll stay inside your heart.
All I hear are
I love you, my
screams.
dear. I love our time here. Life would be so much
Just
worse
let
if
me
you
close
had
my
died. Please stay
eyes.
safe
Wow.
and harm. Stay in my open arms.
Goosebumps. Wow. Wow, he's up there.
He needs my help.
Wow. So we just figured out where Odysseus is. He's with Calypso being seduced on oh my goodness. All right, we got to go back. Wow. Her tone's different, right? Her vocal tone. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Wow, so cool.
Old friend, it's been 10 years since I last saw you.
All right, so we've got 20 years. So it was 7 years later. I'm doing all this math now in my head. So it was 7 years later we got to Telemachus being like 20 years old, I guess. So that means that it was like 10 years into the journey the last time we saw Athena, because now we're at like 20 years into the journey and she's revisiting him, right? Am I getting my math right there a little bit? I don't know. All right, let's keep going.
Remember me. I am the infamous.
He came in so badass.
Remember me.
Remember. See, there's that grit. You know, that's compression. Compression, if you take that compression dial at a low level, bop, bop, bop. There's my bop-bahs. Yeah, it just makes your voice squeezy. You turn it up a little more. Yeah, it starts activating those types of sounds. You turn it up all the way. Yeah, it gets into growly types of sounds, and that's kind of where he started
Years
there.
since I last saw you.
Remember me. I am the infamous.
Hear that openness? Super open vowel.
Odysseus.
Yeah.
Let's see where you've been. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
This is so cool, the way that he wove these melodies from other songs in is kind of like, you know, in the craziness of going through his mind in this trapped world of Calypso. Super cool.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon the sin.
There's Poseidon. Wow, yeah.
Then you're done for anything like
Song of past romance. I see the
We won't take more suffering.
So good.
drown in your sorrow and fears.
Captain,
I have to see her.
This part. Oh
we'll
my
die.
God.
I know.
Odysseus, where did you go?
Athena's awesome. I like her voice and her acting.
Morning, sleepyhead, you've been resting for a while.
Notice the difference in her tone quality. This is not a normal tone that we hear in musical theater. This has more of a contemporary commercial music tone she's singing with here than a musical theater. So what does that mean?
I swore that you were dead.
Hear that?
when you washed up on my island.
Think about what that means.
Did you know you talk in your sleep? Tell me though, who's Penelope?
What quality is it that makes it different? What is it?
She's my wife.
He's got a little bit of it right there too. I love the rhythm.
Anyways, I've got all you could want here, all you could need here.
All right, so the thing is, it's in her tone that makes it more contemporary commercial music versus contemporary musical theater. It's that little hissy airflow releasiness in her tone. Da, 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 da. When you have, like, that's a thing. Think about Billie Eilish and think about Nessa Barrett and think about, Lizzie McAlpine and Gracie Abrams and, these contemporary singers, Lana Del Rey to some degree, although she's a little different. SZA, another one. Like kind of having a tone like a little airflowiness in the tone all the time. And it creates this sort of warm, lo-fi huskiness. She definitely has some of that in her sound here, right?
Anyways, I've got all you could want
Hear that?
here, all you could need here, just you and me, my dear, my love for life.
My love for life. You hear the little riff ability there. Again, very poppy.
Here, all you could need here, just you and me, my dear, my love for life. Soon into bed we'll climb
So
and
good.
spend our time.
I'm not your man.
I'm just a man, but I'm not your man, right? I'm just a man.
Here, I'm what you need here, just you and me, my love in paradise. Now till the end
I love
of
these
time.
rhythms.
From here,
I've been getting so into like Afro pop lately. Remy and Omale and these artists. Like I don't know. I really have. I just have gotten a side quest. I was listening to DJ Styles, who has these Afro beats playlists, and I got super into it. And like the rhythm, like that little accent on the offbeat rhythmically. It's just that's a part. That's really a part of African pop music too, and it just took me back to that a little bit here.
my love in paradise. Now till the end of time. From here on out, you're mine. All
Yeah, no,
mine.
I could kill you where you stand. I'm no pet, I'm a married man.
Oh, handsome, you may try, but last I checked, goddesses can't die.
Goddess.
You're adorable. Bow down now to the immortal Calypso, here to entertain. But fear not, I bring no pain.
Can you hear that poppiness in her tone?
Cause we got all we could want here, all we could need here. Under my spell,
the
we're
rhythm of
stuck
this.
in paradise. No one can come or go. My island stays unknown.
No, I don't belong here. There's something wrong here. I won't be drawn to love in paradise.
I love this song.
Not till the end of time. There
I love
is
the
no
rhythm.
way.
You're mine, all mine.
7 years she's kept you trapped
You could feel that was an Athena change there. That was
All
so.
mine.
7
Piano.
years she's kept you trapped out of your control. Time can take a heavy toll.
Odysseus?
All I hear are screams.
Hear that tone? Oh, lots of airflow use in his tone. Jorge is so good at tone quality diversity. Being bright and ringy, being windy and introspective, having grit on his voice, adding vibrato. What a coordinated vocalist.
Odie, get away from the ledge.
You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I've sacrificed. Every comrade I long knew. Every friend, I saw them die. And all I hear are
It will be fine,
screams.
dear.
Beautiful.
Come back inside, dear love of my life. Come back to paradise. I know your life's been hard. I'll stay inside your
All
heart.
I hear are
I love you, my dear. I love our time here.
Yes.
Life would be
So when you belt like that, screams up that high, you can hear in his tone there, he has some internal space. Like his soft palate is definitely lived. Screams. if you let it scream, you let it get too jammy. E vowels are very closed vowels, and if you don't make up for the space loss by just being an E vowel, then you're in trouble. You have to make your E vowels have space in some other ways. We do it differently depending on what range we're in and things like that, but you can hear the internal back throat space on that E vowel, which makes it have so much fullness, even though it's a closed vowel.
All I hear are
I love you, my dear. I love our time.
Because here it sounds like it's got depth in it. It doesn't sound scream. It doesn't sound thin or like throaty, right?
Life would be so much
Just
worse
let
if
me
you
close
had
my
died. Please
eyes.
stay away from harm. Stay in my open arms.
Oh, beautiful. Here's the clock.
He needs my help.
Yeah, so good. So good. Okay, last one in the Wisdom Saga. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. So I got a message that I needed to check out, the Neil Illustrator one for God Games. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, cool. Here we go. This is God Games. This is our last one from the Wisdom Saga. Wow, this has been exciting. Okay, here we go. We're going to jump right in. So we're using Neil. Here we go.
Father, God King, rarely do I ask for favors. Now I'm knocking on your door with hopes to save a friendship with one who's a prisoner far from home. Odysseus.
Divine intervention. Is that what you seek?
Oh, Zeus.
To untie apprehensions that were placed on that Greek. You are playing with thunder for a man full of shame. But if he's worth the risk of going under, why not make it a game? Convince each of them that he ought to be released, and I'll release him.
Who's them?
Apollo! Hephaestus!
Festus. Wow.
Aphrodite!
Whoa.
Ares! Hera! Or me? What do you say?
Great.
Very well.
All right.
Groovy.
Bring it.
Wow.
Apollo!
You all know I'm a fan of catchy songs. So with so many sirens gone, I think God is in the wrong.
They were trying to do him worse. All he did was reimburse them. Now they'll tread with caution first to live another day and sing another verse.
If that's true, release him.
Hephaestus!
Justice not given is forged. Why should I give in my support? He sacrificed his own cohort.
Did you forget they failed to listen? He was betrayed and then imprisoned. But if you make the right decision, he can still build a future with those who miss him.
Fine, release him.
You're a little high and mighty. Odysseus claims to love his mother, but let her die of a broken heart.
He was busy fighting.
More like busy spiting. The Cyclops let him feel the pain that his mother felt and wrought.
Wait! Please reconsider this.
Really, Athena? These old tricks?
Ares!
What kind of sick coward holds back his power while his friends get devoured? He didn't even fight Scylla, didn't even try to kill her. Hides inside a wooden horse to get the job done.
Wow.
Never handles things up front, pathetic and weak like his son.
Hold your tongue now, he sounds my friend, and tell your lover that a broken heart genius. Try harder. He's pretty skilled with words.
You can do better than that.
He's kind of funny. Never once has he cheated on his wife.
Release him.
She did it.
I've played your game and won. Release him.
You dare to defy me, to make me feel shame. No one beats me. No one wins my game. Thunder, bring her
Oh, goosebumps.
bring her, show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes the kingdom fall.
Is she dead?
What happened?
Let him go. Please, let him go.
Did she just die? Did Athena die? Wait, I have to see if there's any more at the end of this or anything. Oh my God. Oh, what? This is the cliffhanger we're ending on? Oh, man. Okay, so first off, we're almost at coming up on an hour in this reaction. And my thought going through this one was, this is a really good one to do a deep dive analysis of, because we have so many voices in a 5.5 minute song that, I mean, I feel like I could do a really deep dive on this one because there's so many different sounds vocally to compare between one another, and musically it's so interesting. So I think that I'm going to save this one and do a deep dive analysis of it so that I can get in it, because I don't want to rush through it, because we're at the end of almost an hour, and this is quite an adventure. So we're going to do that. I'm going to break out this second pass through deep analysis and do that separately for you all. And we're just going to leave it right here. Oh my God. A lot happened in this one. Very interesting. This is the first time, if my memory serves, where Jorge went into following along with other characters from the story. We had Telemachus and Athena were primarily the stars of this, mostly, well, I guess really equal parts Telemachus and Athena, I think, really were the stars of this saga. And we've got Odysseus in a real dark place there, and so interesting. Wow, this just keeps getting more interesting and more intense, and now getting to hear the melodies weave back in the way that they are is just so brilliant. It gets more and more brilliant as it goes on. So wow, what a really cool experience. Thanks for being on this journey with me. It's been so fun getting to know you all and getting to read your comments. And I'm sure I missed a ton. I'm sure I probably messed up saying a lot of things about it, but I'm still super in the fan club with you all, and I can't wait to get on to the other reactions. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and join along with the journey. And also too, if you want to get more of my content, I really do try to put up as much as I can to provide value, to make sense for supporting the channel over there. I know lots of people are interested in lots more content from me, and I'm so grateful for that, and I'm happy to pump out as much as I can. So thanks for hanging with me. I'll see you in my next reaction. Cheers.